King Shark is a DC Comics supervillain. The character was introduced in Superboy number 0. Fictional character biography: born in Hawaii, Nanor is a humanoid shark. His father is the king of all sharks, also known as the shark god. Other characters, such as Special Agent Sam Mako, have dismissed this as superstition and referred to Nanor as a savage mutation with no mystical nature. Given the reality of magic within a DC universe, either origin is equally possible. It has also been implied he was one of the wild men, evolved animals based on those in Kamandi, the last boy on Earth. The now-ended Aquaman, Sword of Atlantis series, however, seems to have put an end to the controversy by firmly establishing him as the shark god's son. King Shark was responsible for several missing persons several years before Superboy arrived in Hawaii. Sam Mako was responsible for bringing him in and bore the scars forever after. King Shark is freed by the Silicon Dragons who plan on hiring him. Nanor is not interested and kills his liberators before heading to his mother's house. His mother allows him to bite her arm off to feed. Superboy managed to take him down by firing a point-blank blast of heat vision from his X-ray specs. When Superboy and Mako were assigned to the Suicide Squad to destroy the Silicon Dragons, King Shark was forced to help. An explosive belt was strapped to his waist, set to detonate if anything happened to Mako. Other members of the squad included Knockout and squad veterans Deadshot and Captain Boomerang. Nanor was a crazed fighting machine, shredding legions of the dragons. Despite the belt detonating, King Shark survived the blast and the destruction of the lair. After a research team sent to investigate the lair's remains went missing, King Shark was initially suspected, but it turned out to be Black Manta. King Shark fought Superboy duking it out with the Kid, but he was defeated again and driven out to sea. King Shark later turned up in the Wildlands and fought Superboy and his allies. After a fierce battle, he was defeated, but no body was recovered. He joins Manchester Black's Legion of Villains in the ending battle. In this case, he turned up in Metropolis and attacked Jimmy Olsen. Superman quickly took him down, knocking most of his teeth out. Whereas in all of his previous appearances he had only 2 lines of dialogue, in this issue he was quite chatty. He also was smaller and a long way from the water. King Shark also made an appearance during the Joker's Last Laugh riot with Orca. King Shark is recruited into Alexander Luthor's secret society of supervillains and is one of the many sent to attack Sub-Diego. During the battle he kills Neptune Perkins. Nanor reappears 1 year after the Infinite Crisis, bearing a scar from a previous encounter with Aquaman. He is less violent and more talkative than in previous appearances. His origin has been definitely given as son of the Shark God, due to the new Aquaman book being more magic-based than previous incarnations. He is a major character in the series, acting as an unwilling caretaker for Arthur Joseph Curry. Saved from a gang of marauders by the young man, he brought him to the mysterious dweller in the depths who gave him the role of assisting the new Aquaman in filling his role. Albeit feigning disrespect, and often disappearing for a while, King Shark accepted, sharing his knowledge of the Way of Sea with his young savior. It is later revealed in a flashback sequence that he was asked to do so by his father. The currents of destiny bend and twist around that young man. For good or ill, he will shape the coming oceanscape. You will protect him. You will be my agent in his camp. Close enough to guard against others who seek to control him. And close enough, when I decide the time is right, to strike, and kill him without warning. The following arc tells the first meeting between the original Aquaman and King Shark, which occurred several years ago. It took place in Reef's End, a little border town in the Coral Sea, distant from Atlantis. Or in who was still the king of Atlantis at this time. Fought King Shark because he murdered a priest belonging to the Order of the Thorny Crown. In the last 6 months, King Shark had killed a lot of other members of this group, obeying his father's will. Indeed, the Order was associated with an old prophecy. When Thorn Crown lies shattered, she comes. Born of coral, of life in death, of long prayer. Shake the sea floor with her power, shall she, shake the destiny of all beneath the waves. The shark god believed that if the order was destroyed, that would trigger the prophecy, birthing some great power in the process. However, King Shark was defeated by Aquaman before reaching his father's goal. He then was imprisoned by priests of the Thorny Crown for 3 years, before escaping. Nanor mentions that he was tortured during his captivity. Following the final crisis, King Shark's jaw is broken after being cleaved wide open, and later his left arm is ripped off his body during a battle but grows back. King Shark is among the Superboy's villains brought by Crypto to a hill near the Smallville High School. However, he is either unconscious or stunned at the time. Most recently, he has joined the Secret Six as a brawler. His tenure with the Six proves to be short-lived, as the team is soon captured by a large group of superheroes during a failed mission in Gotham City. King Shark manages to briefly overpower his old foe Superboy during the battle, but is ultimately pummeled into unconsciousness by Supergirl. In the New 52, King Shark is featured where he now resembles a humanoid hammerhead shark. He was tortured and forced into the Suicide Squad by Amanda Waller. When it comes to the Suicide Squad having to comply with Amanda Waller's demands, King Shark ended up eating his teammate Yo-Yo. During the Forever Evil storyline, King Shark is among the villains that the crime syndicate recruited to join the secret society of supervillains. Powers and abilities: King Shark's augmented flesh provides protection against the pressures of the deep and physical attacks. He has shark-like teeth and can use them as a weapon. He has gills and can breathe in water as well as on land. He can swim at great speeds in water and is resistant to cold, which is an adaptation to undersea life. He has had his strength and endurance enhanced. He can also regenerate. Other versions: Flashpoint. In the alternate timeline of the Flashpoint event, King Shark works as a strongman freak show in the Haley's Circus. Haley's Circus is attacked by Amazons, and King Shark is killed while trying to save Dr. Fate. In other media, film, King Shark appears in Superman Batman, Public Enemies. He is among the supervillains that attack Batman and Superman. King Shark appears in Batman, Assault on Arkham, voiced by John DiMaggio. He appears as a member of the Suicide Squad. First appearing in a motel with strung-up corpses bathing in a tub of blood, and displays human-eating tendencies. He is somehow captured in a raid and forced into the Suicide Squad. In their first meeting he attempts to eat Killer Frost, but they form a friendship during their assignment. He also hates heights. He is later killed by Amanda Waller, after a failed attempt by the Riddler to deactivate a bomb that was surgically implanted at the base of his spine. Miscellaneous: King Shark appears in issue number 14 of the Young Justice tie-in comic book. King Shark is known in this franchise as King Nanor Shark. He is shown as a student at the same Atlantean Sorcery Academy that Aqualad once attended. King Shark is also the ruler of the Atlantean city-state Nanor. Shark has the habit of referring to those he considers weaker than himself as chum. In issue number 15, Lori Limaris and Topo had to convince Shark not to eat the former Atlantean purist Ronald. References. External links: King Shark on DC Database, an external wiki, a DC Comics wiki.